Nerd Confessions.
Welcome to Nerd Confessions. It's been 1 week since our last confession about video games. This week we'll be talking about The Wolf Among Us, The Division, and Daredevil Season 2. We got Jeff here. We got Sloan. Hey. Sohail, that's me. Will. Ryan. Hey. And Encore. Hey. So, this week's topic, we're going to be talking about what games actually, beginning with what games we played this week. So, Jeff, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Deadpool on Xbox One. I previously played it for PS3. I liked it a lot. I received it as a gift for my birthday, kind of a belated gift from a very true friend of mine, who shall not be named, as for security reasons. But I really like it. There's been some glitches in it. I don't know. I don't remember experiencing it in the PS3 version, but that could be just because of the Xbox. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's a good game. I laugh, I cry, have a good time.
So, Will, what have you been playing?
I finished up Quantum Break, Alan Wake, Destiny, Dread Halls for Gear VR, and The Wolf Among Us.
So, Ryan,
this feels awkward.
It's your turn. What did you play?
You sound awkward.
I finally popped in Volume on my Vita for my train rides. It's a very interesting game. Emulates the VR missions for the original Metal Gear. Started off a little slow, but as it gets more complex and the puzzles get more intense, it was really good. And that's when it really pops in the story. It's really starting to grab me. Finished up Quantum Break. All in all, it's a pretty big disappointment. It's a pretty good game. It's definitely my least favorite Remedy game. Story fell flat for me. I also couldn't resist picking up Ratchet & Clank. $40, 20% off at Best Buy. $32. It's a steal. Most gorgeous game I've ever played. Gotta say,
Ooh.
Must play.
Quite a claim.
Other than that, I finished up Wolf Among Us, that we're going to talk about later. So I'm excited to see what we've all thought about that.
So, Encore, what have you been playing? Or watching?
One thing I've been playing is the Destiny update. I think it was mediocre, but that's about it.
All right, Sloan, give us your update. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Tales of Zestiria, and then back and forth, and playing Destiny. And I love the new update. It's freaking awesome.
And I'll finish up with myself. I've been playing Wolf Among Us and Quantum Break and a little bit of The Division. So, topic of the week number 1 is we're going to talk about The Wolf Among Us. So what is your initial thoughts of the game, gang? So we'll start over here back with Jeff.
I liked it. I didn't expect it. Judging by just the cover photo on Xbox Gold, it kind of looked pretty lame. It was like cartoony. I started playing it, and I was like, this is kind of cool, you know? All these fairy tales, a different little take on them. I enjoyed it. It was ruthless at times. They cussed a lot, which was nice. We saw some boobies, which was nice. So what more can you want, you know? The story was good. I like the choices that you can make. I don't really see how they made a difference in the end. A lot of the times I would make a choice, and for instance, that little TJ, the Toad's son, it said, oh, TJ would remember that. And I don't see at any point, he never mentions the things that I did to him early on in the game and says, oh, thanks for being a nice guy to me. I don't see how the choices made an impact on the game at all, but it was fun. I also like the fact that after you complete each episode, you could see what other people in the community chose in relation to you.
So you kind of enjoyed the Little Mermaid's boobs? I guess that's the boobs you get to see in the game.
It's not Little Mermaid's boobs.
I didn't see
First of all, her name is Nessa.
Nessa?
Okay.
She said her name is the Little Mermaid, but let's keep moving.
Formerly the Little Mermaid.
I think it's Narissa, not Nessa.
It's
you're
Narissa.
right, it's Narissa. That's what I said, dickhead.
So let's go back to... What was your initial thoughts, Will?
I really liked it. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was a lot better, I thought, than even The Walking Dead, which got Game of the Year. Wouldn't you agree, Ryan?
I agree. It was my favorite Telltale game, for sure.
I think the fact that it was so noir style was the part about it I liked the most. The intro and the overall feel of the game I enjoyed. I wasn't really a big fan of the way they went with fairy tale characters.
Oh, that was the best part.
I liked it too.
But the familiarity with the characters allowed you to get into the story more. So it paid off in the end, I think.
Yeah, I loved it. As soon as I saw the little pig sleeping in my apartment, I knew I was in.
Colin.
It was the greatest. Colin was the best. We were best buds. I refused to send him to the farm. He's a good guy.
But how can you send Toad to the farm? I played the game trying to be as good as possible, trying to be as fair as possible, but in the end, Toad got sent to the farm, but Colin was somehow exempt. I'm like, no, send this fucker out of here. Get him. He's a pig, clearly not normal, get him out of here. But it wouldn't let me.
Because Colin was a nice guy, while Toad was an asshole and disrespected Big B.
It doesn't matter.
B.
Law's the law.
Hey, you know what? Laws are meant to be bent.
So my initial, I guess I'll jump in and do my initial thoughts. I didn't think that this game was going to be anything to do with fairy tales. I'll just throw that out there right away. I thought it was going to be a werewolf game where you're going to be a werewolf and kicking people's butts. That's what I initially thought. Then when I popped it in and I found out that I was the big bad wolf, I said, holy shit, I'm playing a weird game. So I knew that game was going to get really weird really quick. And the pig, when I first saw him and I gave him a drink, that was pretty weird. But I thought the game was pretty fun. But that's just my initial thought. What did everyone think on the thoughts of the story? What did you guys think of the story?
Kind of a cliffhanger there, like where you're chasing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Marissa.
Like, is it really the really ending? So I think all the decisions you're making in this one are going to feed into the next one too. So maybe even though you didn't get TJ's reactions in this one, I think maybe you'll see something pay off in the next one. So the story may be more in depth than you think.
But what if they don't put season 2 on my Vita? Oh, my choices go.
Ryan, you're going to have to buy
How
it.
did it play on your Vita? Because playing on the Xbox, did you play on the Xbox, Will?
Yeah, it's got a problem with loading.
Absolutely.
I think, doesn't it have it on the
It
Vita?
was pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah, it's
There-
got to have a bad frame rate too. I
There
gotta
were
imagine.
times where I was waiting like 15, 20 seconds, and I was like, what the hell's going on
It
here?
mainly happens on like the scene transitions.
Yeah.
Like when you're catching back up, it's so awkward though.
Oh, the previously on part was absolutely terrible on the Vita. None of the
Which
sound
part?
sync. Whenever you start a new episode, it's like previously on. It just
Oh,
like
yeah,
quickly
yeah, yeah.
shows. That was terrible
Yeah.
on the Vita.
Isn't the game actually on iTunes as well? I mean,
It's on iPod and iPad. Yeah, it's on the Android store too. I think
so I wonder how it
That's
runs on
interesting.
those.
Yeah, I don't see how you would.
it depends on how old the device is. It can run like shit.
Yeah, I looked it up and it says it's here, so I don't know, I think it's free actually. So
Probably the
that's
first episode is probably
yeah.
free, and then they want to get you.
pretty much.
I also got kind of frustrated. Just throwing it in real quick. I also got kind of frustrated at the amount of time it gave you to commit to your choices, to commit to your dialogue in response to other characters. I kind of felt rushed sometimes. 'Cause, I'm looking at the whole screen here, and there's 4 different options. And by the time I read all 4 options and weigh all 4 options, I got like half a second left.
You got to read quicker, bro.
So whenever I played it, I think the ones that were rushed didn't matter. Honestly, that's the reason why they rushed you through those questions. It just like, if you whatever you pushed, it was going to give you the same response. The ones that did matter, they gave you a lot more time. Like when it said she will remember that or he will remember that, those gave you a little bit more time to give a response. I saw one where I just
Makes
looked down,
sense.
looked up, and it already been answered with silence. And I was like, F.
That was always the worst. Is when got nothing to say, huh, Big B? Yeah. Oh man, no, dude, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, actually, I was texting somebody and I looked back up. Oh shit! I was like, "I'll take your silence as a clue." I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I can't even
douchebag.
you can't even play that game with someone talking to you, because if you're talking to you, like, yeah, what do you want? And then you go back to it, and oh shit, I just missed like 3 responses.
I enjoyed the fact that you had to have a rushed response though, because you're like, "Oh shit, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh, okay, I'll go with that one." Because you have to make a spot decision,
True,
just as you
true.
would in read life.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on the visual style, guys? So I'll go with Ryan.
I liked it a lot. It was really stylized. I haven't read the comic book. I have no interest in reading the comic book, but it gave me a comic book feel. I really dug it. I like the character designs, even though some of the textures seemed to bleed. Like Snow White's hair like went halfway down her forehead. It was just like kind of a big stain.
I think that was just the Vita.
Oh man.
What do you think about it on Will? Because I had some issues, but go ahead, Will.
You had the issues.
Whenever I
with
was playing on the Xbox, I noticed that like sometimes the characters' colors would switch, just like he said, but it wouldn't bleed. It would be like in the eye into the next one and come back. It was kind of weird.
Oh, I didn't really see that too much. Like I said, I enjoyed it more than The Walking Dead, and that was one of my favorite games. When we got Game of the Year that year, I agreed with it. So, that's high praise for me.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I mean, like I said, I've never played a game like that. So when I first saw because I kind of looked at a trailer before I downloaded it, because Ryan said, "Oh, this game's so good," and I was like, "Oh, it looks stupid," so I'll look at a trailer first. And so I saw the trailer, and I was kind of like, "Yeah, this game actually looks really dumb. I don't like this cartoony style paper mache thing, whatever the hell they got going on." But it was cool. I enjoyed it. It's kind of similar to The Order, you just kind of like click buttons, and very easy, very casual. But you'd have to pay attention. I like playing games sometimes, and not like Deadpool. I was playing, and I do something else at the same time. But this game, you got to be on top of it.
I'm proud of you. broadening your horizons.
I'm surprised you compared the Order to a Telltale game. It's a
Third
strange
person action
comparison.
game.
It's the same. You know, the combat's like, oh, press square now. Oh shit, press square. Click triangle a million
That's true,
fucking
as
times.
Quick events.
Let's just jump into the next topic of the week, which is The Division. I guess I'll start with Sloan, since Sloan was the first one to talk about if he's still into it. Are you still into the game?
It's a fun game. I love the game, but I haven't been playing it since then.
You haven't played since then?
Nope.
Okay.
Big nope.
So, how about you, Ryan? Are you still into it?
Nope. I got really excited last time we played, thinking we were finishing the game. And a whole new burrow opened, and I was like, no more. I have no desire to finish that game.
And the reason why? Is there a reason other than like, is the game's not entertaining?
It started off really entertaining, and then all the little quirks of the mechanics, like the cover's too sticky, and then for some reason, like it seems not shoot when I want to shoot, and there's virtually no story. I love the atmosphere of the game, so I wish they could have done something to pull me into it to make me want to play, but there's something about it is not very interesting to me. All the gear's the same. Got like 20 AK-47s, but
Well, how about you, Will? Are you still into it?
I was expecting a lot of this game. The most disappointing part was the end game content. The biggest thing is when you get to the end game content in level 30 is the only thing you have to do is the Dark Zone. That's all you got. So in Destiny, for example, you have the raid, and that's the main thing that you want to advance on, and that's what you want the high gear for. And like say the Nightfall. So you have nothing except for the Dark Zone to get that slight edge over the people you're competing with in there. So if you're not into becoming rogue and losing your Dark Zone level randomly for killing people back, it doesn't work out for you. And that's something I think we should talk about is the Dark Zone mechanics, which I don't think you even played it very much, right?
I played it once. I went through it, and then I got a lot of cool gear, and I was getting ready to extract, and the guy was helping me fight off the wave. But then he killed me once I put my stuff up. But he did it wrong, because I still got my stuff, because it still flew away, and I still got it, but he killed me. And I was like, oh, okay.
Got to attach it.
That's cool. So, one beer at a time.
Hey, this is Nick. I'm calling from Alaska.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Nick, how's it
Hi,
going?
guys.
Hey, what's
I
up?
that
really
sounds
kind
really
of
good.
hate your show. I don't like it.
Let's cut him off. It's
Sorry.
a troll. Cut him off.
Cut him off.
Cut him off.
It's a Howard Stern call.
We actually lost a caller there.
Cut him off, Tommy.
I want to talk about how we did the Dark Zone with John.
It was me, you, and John, and then I killed somebody.
You,
Yeah.
me, and John. You killed some random guy.
Yes.
And then this guy just kept coming back and killing us before we can even exit the Dark Zone. It's the most annoying shit.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I had to go, and what happened is, right when we were getting to extract, apparently I still couldn't go in or out or anything, and then I got killed. He took my bag of whatever contaminated stuff, and I said, bye guys, I gotta go. And then you guys kept playing.
Oh, yeah. You kill somebody, he spawns not too far away, and if he predicts what part you're going to try to get out of the Dark Zone, he can just camp there, and as soon as you walk up, kill you.
Exactly.
And then he goes rogue, and it just repeats itself.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. And there's no getting out of it unless you just quit, and then you start back up in the Dark Zone. So I think my biggest complaint of the Dark Zone is going rogue is not worth it, and you lose your Dark Zone level really quick if you die.
What are the benefits
and
of
what
going
else?
rogue?
It just you get some people's their
You get to steal
contaminated
people's
packs.
shit.
Yeah, you get to steal people's shit and be a douchebag.
If someone's a little higher level
right
than
up
you,
your alley.
sorry, but if someone's a little higher level than you and you kill them, then you get a benefit of getting their contaminated goods. Yeah, pretty much it just ends up being a Mexican standoff every single time at the extraction zones. You just look at each other and wait, and if no one shoots, you just put your bag on the line and hope it gets out.
Not really sure what that's supposed to mean.
So, Encore, are you
standoff.
still into the Division? You did play the Division.
I played the Division for about 20 minutes. I couldn't pass that fucking laptop.
Oh, fuck the laptop,
level.
bro.
You got past
Dude, the
laptop.
laptop. What do
You can't not pass the laptop and be
10?
level 2. You got to level 2. You have to actually kill things. to get
What
to level
laptop
2.
was he stuck at? Is it
very
the beginning
beginning, yeah.
laptop?
The beginning fucking laptop.
The tutorial one.
People crowd around it or
That's that
something.
shit.
It took me 20 minutes to get to the laptop, too. It was so annoying.
It should be like 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't
Were you
know,
guys
I
playing
guess.
day one? Is that why you guys were so?
I was playing day 2.
One or two, I don't know. But anyways, I sold it.
You sold it?
I did.
Can I ask a question, you guys, please?
Yes. Sloan, you have a question? Go ahead.
Okay. Why does everybody go back to Destiny? Because everybody knows Destiny's a better game.
Everybody doesn't go back to Destiny.
Not everyone goes back to Destiny.
Believe me,
I went back to Destiny,
believe
just
me,
saying.
When you play a Division compared to Destiny,
Can we-
Division sucks.
Destiny is really dumbed down, so people can just play it. You get certain guns, you get certain armors. You don't have so much RPG level things too much into it, just like Division.
We're
The
not talking
game
about
has
Destiny.
better mechanics than Destiny does.
Do we have to use the words dumbed down?
No, you don't have to use dumbed down.
We're not. We're not.
I would say, okay,
we're
sorry.
not focused. We're not talking about Destiny here.
Sorry.
Focus.
The
We're
game,
talking about the Division.
the learning curve is low versus Division, where you're like, oh, I have a
That's
gun, I
not
have
true.
some
There's a
gloves.
huge learning curve to the fucking raids.
No, I'm not talking about the playing. I'm talking about the armor stuff. I'm not talking
Oh,
about
the armor stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when people are like, oh, I got this new gun. This is the gun I have to get. Why? Because everybody else wants that gun. I'm going to go back into if we still like it or not. I'm talking about the Division again. I will say that I'm not going to play it anymore. Jeff, what are you still into the Division?
You know, if everybody's playing it, I'm always down to play a game with all my friends, but I don't see myself playing it by myself. It's kind of boring. I know we always compare it to Destiny, but the environment's pretty drab. It's pretty boring. It's the same fucking snow everywhere. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. I understand, you know, it's during the Black Friday,
winter.
Christmas time, whatever. It's been winter for fucking 3 months, okay? It's not winter time anymore. It's not. I don't like it. I don't like to see it. I don't want to play it. I don't know what is going on with the story. Every time I complete these missions, I don't know, like, why am I fighting Lieutenant Surge or who the fuck I'm fighting?
It's because you're not paying attention like the other Destiny game, I guess. Go ahead, Will.
That's something that really annoyed me is there's a virus taking over the city. All you see is dead people. You don't see anybody infected and saying, oh, help me. You just see people lining up for free food or whatever at your
Yeah.
main headquarters. That's it.
Because everyone's already dead, right?
But it's been like 2 weeks.
Is that the reason? Isn't that the reason everyone's dead and then whoever is still alive?
No, it's like 2 weeks. There's
It
like people
makes
getting
no
infected.
sense.
I was just wondering, is that the reason?
I don't know the reason because
There is no story.
I have no idea. There isn't. I mean, there is a story there, but I hate to compare it to Destiny. But
It's look at
just
this cool
in
shit that
Destiny-
happened while you're gone.
Exactly. Like in Destiny, at least you can look up those Grimoire cards and figure it out. But in Division, like, what do you have?
New York went to shit.
You just
2
have
weeks.
those hologram things. Oh, this happened
Echoes?
here while you were not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even those, I mean, those are specific person stories of what happened, and those don't always tell you exactly what's going on in the world, just at that specific point in time.
So, and my question is, what is the Division? And then I asked John this, and John gave me it was something about a group of people like that the government made to
Yeah.
help.
Did you watch
Top
that video
secret elite.
Jeff wanted us to watch? They talk about it in that.
Well, I didn't watch a video. I
You
thought I
shouldn't
was
have to
sitting
watch a video outside
I
the
just
game.
wanna play the
understand
game.
what they
It's a
are.
free video.
It doesn't matter if
Furthermore-
it's free. I shouldn't have to go look for it. They should explain
But John
it to me.
explained it. It was a good
True,
explanation.
absolutely true. That's 100% true. And that's how I feel. Like, you shouldn't have to do outside work to figure out what's going on. The $60 game I just bought. But I don't understand either. Are the cleaners? I mean, I've talked to Will about this. Like, why are the cleaners looked at as the bad guys? All the guys with the flamethrowers, they have the same mindset as the Division agents. They want to clean up New York. They want to get rid of all the infected. It's just a different approach that they use. Why are they the bad guys?
Those are not governmentally sanctioned.
It's
Exactly.
It's the difference
There we
of
go.
the rebels compared to the Empire. The Empire wants to rule everybody. The rebels want there to be peace.
It doesn't make sense. They both want to get rid of infected people.
You're getting it down to the bare basics.
It's got to do. The basics are what matter, right? It's the basics of a story. If it's strong,
Peace with freedom or peace with tyranny.
Tyranny. Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily compare it to the rebels and the Empire. I would compare it more so to as the cleaners are like the Boondock Saints, and the Division agents are like just normal police officers.
Okay.
They want the same thing. It's just their approach is a little bit different.
I don't think they're going around with torches flaming everybody that is infected or shows any signs of
Hey
being
man,
infected.
Don't the
this
cleaners
was a
also-
firefight.
Sorry. Don't the cleaners also have a financial incentive as well?
Where did you get that from?
Yeah, I
did
don't
I
know what
miss
you're
that?
talking about.
Where are they going to get money from?
I just wonder if they had a financial incentive to be killing people. You don't really have to kill people to do
not,
anything
Not
fun.
that I'm aware of.
Who been training these Division agents? I mean, from that one video we watched, it was just some nerdy kid. Like,
They're like sleeper agents. They got trained and then they went into normal society.
That's what John was explaining. It was kind of like
where did he get all this from?
I think he read it somewhere. I'm not kidding. He read it somewhere, but I think it was they're like sleeper agents that the government trained to make sure that everything was taken care of.
But who trained them?
The government, I just said
But
it.
who in the government? They go
Obama.
What do you want,
Obama.
like specific names?
They go to an academy? Do they disappear for like a
They
year?
went to the Abomination Academy.
Maybe they started off as police officers and they got scouted and said, "Hey, dude, like Ryan Religa over here looks pretty good."
I think that if I don't really think that I'm gonna play it more than what I have played. Just because when I played it, I was like, what's the incentive for me to get the 30 to get better gear to do what after? That was my incentive. I don't see it.
End game content.
You gotta get
End
the
game
best
content.
AK
But with that
47.
attitude, what's the incentive of playing any game? I mean, like,
No, but
why play Mario if I'm just gonna beat the last game or the last level and then it's over? Like,
no, I know that. But what's the point of getting to the end of the game and then saying, "All right, I'm at the end. Why keep going?" That's why I was like, if I got level 30, I got good gear, good enough to get past the last level. What's the point of keep playing?
If I'm going to compare it to Destiny again, it's just like, okay, I got better gear for the Crucible, and Crucible goes forever. I got better gear for the Raid. Raid goes forever until the next raid comes out. And there's nothing like that in Division.
there is supposed to be a raid though, right? In the Division.
I think they already
It's
released it.
Did they?
I don't think they
it came
did.
out this week.
Are you sure?
We need to
think
play it
they
then, because
Hey.
right now our
Where's our fact
opinion's
checker?
outdated.
Where's our fact checker?
When did the incursion launch?
One raid.
He's texting.
Come on.
He's texting.
What
We
did
did.
Destiny launch with? One raid.
Destiny has more content.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Right now it does. We'll see what happens in the future.
The game is clearly intended to keep players drawn into the experience for a long period. Like Destiny, what does Ubisoft need to keep players engaged with? How do they keep players engaged? So if you want to answer that question, Sloan, don't just talk about Destiny. Talk about how the Division or Ubisoft can keep people engaged with the game.
Not 100% for sure. Let me ask Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
Wow. Yikes. Put me on the spot here. I think, for me personally, one way that Division could keep me engaged is just more content, more story. I mean, it's hard to tell unless I'm seeing a flamethrower who I'm fighting, if it's some kind of gang or faction, or if it's the cleaners, or what's the other? There's three of them, isn't there? What's the other one? Anybody?
They
The
have the
Last
jail,
Man.
the people from jail.
Rikers. That's what they are.
Yeah.
The Rikers guys. I understand why I'm fighting the Rikers. They're just a bunch of shitheads. The gangs are gangs, but I go back to the cleaners, man. I don't like. Why am I fighting? Why can't we just work together? Why is there no dialogue opening up? I mean, there's like.
I don't know why you love
Isn't
those
there,
cleaners so
isn't
much.
there an army as well?
Yeah, later on in the game.
Yeah.
And then you're in your home base. There's like 3 or 4 guys you talk, or actually 3 people you talk to for the security wing, the tech wing, and the other one. But you don't really know them that much. You do one mission for them, and they talk a lot, but that's about it. You're out there on your own, and you got no name. You got no. It's just a boring game. I feel no connection to the character as I did with other games.
Yeah, there's just nothing to really drag me into it. It's not really fun to explore because you're just going down another alley of New York. Everything looks the same. Every once in a while, some of the missions are pretty interesting. I think the subway was good. The first hospital mission was pretty good. That one, it seemed like it had some potential. But then after like 3 hours, it was the same old alley. I was just following waypoints. I didn't know why I was following the waypoints, and I really just didn't care. If they made it more varied, like they need enemy variety. Just having different weapons or having them rush, it's not varied enough.
Something to fix it. Add multiplayer content besides the Dark Zone. Add a raid that has more than 4 people allowed into it, and something more than just a mission. Something like you would have a strike in Destiny. Something like more complicated that has a big boss battle that's not just a small little story mission like they currently have. They only have daily story missions right now.
So I don't know if they could ever do the big boss battles like that are so epic like Destiny's does, because those giant robots or whatever like that. But I think they could.
They have those big people with body armor.
Yeah,
coming
I think they
but
could do that,
The
yeah.
only thing closest to it was like that helicopter. Did you?
I did get to something like that, but I don't remember what I was doing. I only remember doing is helping somebody fight a lot of people.
It would be kind of cool to have some sort of like control the base or plot points or something like in Halo, where you would actually fight the PvP type of stuff against other players. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, a mode besides Dark Zone. Yeah.
But to go back to the whole like sticky thing, I think this game feels a lot better than any of the Assassin's Creed games did to me. Because that's what Ryan said, and it really bothered me.
So do you guys see
Just
yourselves
saying.
playing this game in a month's time, Ryan?
Probably not. If everyone wants to get together to finish it off, I'll do that. I'll try the incursion, but that'll probably just be one night, and then I'm done with it.
How about you, Encore, over there?
I do not have the game anymore. I will not be playing.
What happened to the game? This is the game you
You
had.
sold it.
I sold it. I turned it in.
Oh, really? Wow.
No replay value for me.
Well, because you bought it on PS4 and we all bought it on
Oh.
Xbox.
So-
and then you opened his Xbox.
So, William, do you see yourself playing it in a month's time?
Depends on how that raid is. If it's really good, I might try to get some of you guys to come in with me.
I mean, I'll stay with the game as long as I'll play the raid with everybody else. I just think that if the game doesn't offer me anything, I guess, that I can do with my friends more than just kill some enemies, I'm not going to play it for very long. So, what do you think about that, Jeff? Are you going to play in a month?
I think I'm with Ryan. If you guys play, I'll play. That's about it. I have no love for this game. I don't stay awake at night thinking like, oh man, dude, I wish I could play Division right now, like I used to do with Destiny, like fucking heroin. But if you guys play, I'll play. Other than that, nah, I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep.
Did any of you guys notice, like when you go up to a doorway, how wide and unrealistic it is? How sometimes looks like they just threw the map together and does not even to scale. Besides like fire hydrants and things on the street.
I didn't know.
I mean, like entry doorways or just any doorway?
Yeah, it'd be like way wide and way tall.
No, you're
and
right,
Like,
yeah,
you look like a midget compared to it.
Besides the safe houses, there was rarely a doorway that was an actual, legitimate, actual size doorway.
And looked like a doorway.
Yeah,
A real doorway.
It was always like some type of double door that got blown off. No matter what type of building it was or whatever was inside of it, it was always some type of doorway or double doorway that was blown off. And it's hard to tell anything in that game because everything's just packed full of snow and everything looks the fucking same.
The thing I want to see is if what a New Yorker would think, because none of us lived in New York or in that area, what they would think if it's to scale. If you play GTA 5, when you go and you look at the areas, because we all live in LA and close to LA, you're like, this is LA. I know this street.
Well, it has the feel of LA.
Yeah, but it's condensed. I get it. But
I mean, it cuts out a lot of the meat. But
Yeah.
supposedly this is pretty good 1-to-1 scale from what I read. I don't know if it's true.
Ryan and I spent a couple days in New York, and I have to say that it's pretty similar.
You got the dirt right. It's dirty.
It's dirty. Do you guys see
They
did you
got
see
the
a pizza, a rat carrying a pizza, or a rat? When you guys are out there?
Plenty of big raised pizzas.
I guess going off topic, I think I saw somebody made a robot RC version of that pizza rat, and they drive around the subways and they scare women with it. It's a rat that carries pizza. Sorry, just going off on a side tangent. So let's go into TV now, since we're done with the Division. So the topic of the week is Daredevil Season 2. And I think this is going to be Encore's favorite topic. What do you guys think of the quality of Season 1 versus Season 2? So let's start with Encore. What do you think?
I thought it was much better than season 1, obviously, because we had a lot more characters. Elektra was there. She was pretty cool. I think she was my favorite new character that we had. I was not a big fan of Punisher because he keep reminding me of Shane from Walking Dead.
Same thing happened to me, Encore. But I still enjoyed it.
I felt like there was a lot of speeches.
Let's roll with the speeches thing, okay? Because I remember we have a little group text for the listeners. And Ankur kept talking about the speeches, and everyone's like, what speech are you talking about?
Quentin Tarantino.
And then I finally watched Season 2, and I completely understand what he's talking about.
I didn't.
There's too much fucking talking. Just shut your goddamn mouth. Go fight some crime. Elektra, shut your fat mouth and go fight some crime. Everybody's always talking. But I like Punisher a lot. I thought it was amazing. And that was the only reason why I kept watching Season 2. Was just like when the Punisher is going to come back into the scene. When is he going to beat the shit out of somebody?
You didn't enjoy the sexual tension between Elektra and Daredevil?
Absolutely not. No.
Not
It was
really.
pretty bad.
So, what do you think of the quality of Season 1 versus Season 2, Will? Since you got something to say.
Season 1 introduced the character, and the main thing it had going for it was brutalness. All the characters that are introduced in this for the main characters, and they're from here branching off to side characters, which I enjoyed, the Punisher and Elektra, and I really liked what those had to bring to the table. But it felt like they were trying to make a lot of drama between what's his name, Foggy and
Nelson.
Yeah, Foggy and Daredevil between the whole thing, and that carried on a little bit too much for me.
I mean, he was like his wife or something.
Best
he
buds.
needs to die. He needs to die. They need to kill that guy.
Did anyone else think that it was entertaining but less engaging as Season 1 was?
I preferred Season 1.
I did like Season 1 a little bit more, mostly because because of Fisk, because I really like that character. I think he's amazing. I really wish we would have seen more of his backstory rather than, hey, look at he killed his dad and that's it. And now all of a sudden he's the fucking king of New York. Like where's the middle ground? How did he go from being like a 12-year-old fat kid killing his dad to the king of New York? There's got to be some cool ass stories back there. But they spent all this time with stupid Elektra, and Daredevil's a boring ass superhero. I like the show because it's brutal and it's a nice change of pace from the pretty boy Captain America and all that other stupid stuff, but he's a boring character. I don't like him.
Well, spoilers. I liked how the scenes that he did have in towards the middle and the end of the series, Fisk.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought those were pretty cool scenes. I didn't think he'd be in it at all, to be honest. And those were pretty cool.
So, what does everyone think about how the Punisher was represented?
I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
I liked the whole courtroom
amazing
part. That was good. The whole case. Now he kind of started going
I
towards
thought-
following their plan, and then eventually it was just a big fuck you because Fisk was manipulating him. I liked it a lot.
I thought that was one of the worst scenes with the court. Like,
I agree.
that was horrible.
I thought it dragged way too. It was a cool scene, and I think it was good to see the Punisher in court go from thinking in his mind like maybe I should side with Murdoch and Nelson and trying to get out of this, but then you see that transformation and his brain just click and say, you know what, fuck this. No, this is not what I care about. But it took like 3-4 episodes to do it. Do it in like one episode, half an episode. You don't need 4 episodes to do this stupid trial.
I don't think it dragged on at all, but I was playing Mad Max while watching it, so.
Oh, there's a good game.
So, what do you guys think do you think these characters fit in with the rest of the Netflix Marvel heroes like Jessica Jones? You got something to say about that, Encore? What do you about Jessica Jones?
I dislike Jessica Jones very much.
Is it because she's a woman, or do you not like her?
Nothing to do with her movement. It's just the whole character. I didn't like her character. I didn't like Kilgrave. He was a horrible.
What if we called him Purple Man?
I didn't like him as.
Purple Man's his original name.
He wasn't a strong villain.
Do you like Purple Man better?
Kingpin was better. Wilson Fisk is a great villain. They need to utilize him in the next season.
Yes,
Encore.
Okay.
agreed.
You didn't answer my question. Purple Man?
Sounds like
You don't like Purple Man?
I don't know what that is.
We just answered.
That's
so
his
we stopped
original
saying Purple
name.
Man.
Kilgrave is a better name than Purple Man.
I don't know. I just thought
Man in Purple, whatever it was.
I think it'll fit. I think it fits better actually than Jessica Jones is. I think Jessica Jones isn't really a character everybody knows, so it took a little more time for people to warm up to her.
I never did.
You never did?
I stopped watching.
After the sex scene or before the
I
sex
think I
scene?
went 4 or 5 episodes, and I was
Sexy
like, I'm not wasting my time with this anymore.
Oh wow.
It was after the black sex scene.
I got a question. So, all these Marvel movies are supposed to tie in for the same timeline, right?
Same universe.
Right, same universe. So, the whole Avengers destroying New York thing, that is in Daredevil's timeline.
They mentioned it in season 1.
Why is everybody so surprised that there's some type of masked vigilante running around New York when there's like a fucking alien invasion to destroy half of your city?
Nobody
That's what
knows.
I don't fucking understand. Like, oh my god, there's a masked vigilante? Like, dude, you just had a fucking guy throw your hammer in a green monster run around buildings smashing everything, and you're
With the
surprised at this
aliens.
guy?
Did they really mention it? I don't know.
Yeah, they call it the incident.
Yeah, they call it the
Oh.
incident. I
I
had to
don't
look it up
mention it
because
at all in season 2, but season 1 they mentioned the incident like 3 or 4 times. And
I had to look it up because they kept saying the incident. What the fuck is the incident? And then I looked it up and it was like, oh yeah, the incident. That was when the Avengers fucked New York. And I was like, why is everybody so surprised? And when it's like the Daredevil does this stuff.
Well, they like try to connect it, or it seems like they try to connect it, but it's like a own little country or something like that. They're aware of it and just they're trying to have that little TV universe. In the end, it's going to be the Defenders. There you go, guys know all that, right?
But Hell's Kitchen is in Manhattan, and Manhattan's not that big.
I don't know.
Maybe they covered it up. Maybe most people didn't see that much.
How could you live in New
big-
York and not see
just-
an alien invasion coming?
just saw
at
all the
you?
ships
There's a
come
big
down,
portal
that's
in the
it.
sky. You had a big snake thing bashing through buildings.
Yeah, there's no way nobody saw it unless someone had used that.
got
What
the
is it?
big-
Neuralizer.
The big
Yeah, the Men
Avengers
in Black
tower.
came with the newer
Men in Black came in and they neuralized
That's
everybody.
the only explanation. Is Will Smith came in and neutral, whatever the fuck.
Neuralized.
He neuralized the whole city.
Or
and
Tommy
then
Lee
it's over.
Jones.
Huh?
I did like Tommy Lee Jones more than Will Smith in those movies.
Me too. Will Smith is kind of a dead character. I think this. Wait, sorry, I'm gonna jump into something else.
You're the
I think
moderator.
in Suicide Squad, Will Smith is gonna suck fat cock. Sorry for the cock term, but I think he's gonna suck.
I think Will Smith's gonna be Will Smith. He's gonna make us laugh.
Well,
think so.
in his
I
defense,
don't think so.
what's his name? Deadshot? Deadeye?
Deadshot, something like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which one is
Fact
it?
checker.
Who is the encore?
Deadshot.
Deadshot. In his defense, Deadshot is doing what he does for his family, and if there's anything Will Smith can do, is the sympathetic family father
After
figure.
Earth,
Why? Because his wife is
sympathetic family.
a loudmouth and
That whole show,
It
that
sounds
whole
horrible.
movie.
Well,
I think
What the fuck role did he play in Independence Day? And everybody loved that role.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, 'cause that's me, right?
he played a good dad, but the problem is that I think ever since his kid has come into the shit mix. Sorry, we're going into Will Smith land. Ever since his kids come in the mix, everything he's done with his child has just been shit, and he needs to go back and take back that little weird section he's in, where he's with his kid and saying, "I want to help my kid's career." Go continue working your own career. Let your kid take a natural path to it. Kids wearing a goddamn white Batman suit to weddings. Okay. What's William's secret little? We got Willie's secret. What's William's secret topic?
Willie's picks.
I've got 2 secrets.
Ooh, there's a lot of secrets coming.
Sounds good.
Double meat treat.
good addition.
I want to feed in from what Encore told us earlier. Batman: The Killing Joke animated film is going to be rated R.
yeah.
But also, Zack Snyder's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice is going to get an R-rated DVD release as well for added violence scenes. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Let's start with Encore because I would like to hear what Encore has to say about this Batman vs Superman thing.
Batman vs Superman. I can't wait for that. Original cut was about 3.5 hours, and they cut it down to 2.5 hours. So you've got like an hour of material. Can't wait to see it. I want to see it. It's not gonna make it any better, but at least we'll get to. Maybe they could explain like that dream scene and a lot of the scenes that you guys were confused about.
Not confused.
Well, like what's his name, Lex Luthor. All of a sudden he's just making the abomination. There's a bunch of deleted scenes of that, and like what he was doing. So it should be interesting. It'll add a lot more to the story. It's not gonna make it better, but at least more substance. So I'm looking forward to it.
If you're already going into it thinking that it's not going to make it better, why would you even watch it?
I enjoy those characters.
Why would you even waste
Damn.
3.5 hours of your time?
Just went right for the jugular there, huh?
If it's better the second time, it has these added extra scenes into it, maybe it'll be good. Who knows?
I gotta watch it for my third time, I guess. So
You saw
You
it
watched it
twice,
twice?
Soil?
no, I didn't see it twice. I meant Encore. I was doing this.
Oh, Encore's got to see it 3 times.
He'll see it the third time, and he'll probably like it even more with the added additions. I don't see myself watching it again. I can't spend 3 hours and a half watching a movie I didn't like. The original 2 hours and 30 minutes. If you have to make additions to make it better, then why the fuck did I spend my money in the first place?
You go to a restaurant and you order some food, you order a burger, and you get food poisoning. Do you go back to that restaurant and get the same fucking burger?
No.
Why would you? That's ludicrous. That's crazy.
Well, sometimes they have a bad night. It might be better the second night.
But there's plenty of other restaurants out there. There's millions of restaurants out there. So why would you go back to the same place
Maybe you heard
and
good
think that it's
things.
going to be better?
Ryan, would you watch this again?
I'll
For the added
give
scenes?
the R-rated cut a chance. I won't pay money to go see in theaters, but like a $1 Redbox rental. I'll give it
Maybe
a
we can
shot.
have a viewing party at Encore's place. It's got a nice 70-inch. What do you think?
Get Tony's out.
Let's do it.
Pepperoni Tony's.
All right, so the other topic. So this one's about VR, guys.
Oh,
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Stone's eyes perked.
All right.
He's in.
Can't wait.
So as you guys know, Oculus Rift has exclusive content, right? Right now it's Lucky Tales, but these games have already been cracked to be compatible with Vive as well. People are thinking before that the tracking system is so unique it's not going to be able to be easily ported over, but some guy just messed with some drivers, it automatically works. This means that it'd be very, very easy for developers to also port over to the PlayStation VR, but probably only the PlayStation 4K if it has upgraded hardware. Knowing that the PlayStation 4K would also have all these ported over VR games that probably necessarily wouldn't be supported,
Nothing's official. 'cause
would
nothing's
that
been
would
announced,
that
so-
make the PlayStation 4K more appealing to you, or is that just more price point that you wouldn't want to do?
So would you buy the PlayStation 4K the more?
Yeah, would this make the PlayStation 4K more appealing for you?
Ryan?
For me, not really. I mean, the thing that most interests me about getting it is if I can get a cheap 4K Blu-ray player. But having things in 60 frames per second or a slightly higher resolution for games doesn't really interest me that much. and I don't see them cutting off all the VR supporters that are getting it right away. They're not going to cut us off right away because then everyone's going to be pissed off.
I think they need to put out some fun VR games first, then try to put out something that's higher, a higher quality. I don't think that anything with porting over a game or something like that needs to be happening. I think that PlayStation can do some original stuff, content that works with their system. And if I wanted to, I will buy a better system to play some of the bigger high-end games. I don't know if that Robin Hood game is. I don't know. You see that archery game I sent you, where the guy drop? Yeah, I don't know if that game is something that will.
That's not really necessarily an archery game. You set up your own
world.
experience.
Yeah, but I was like, if that game can't be ported over, I'll be happy if PlayStation gives me some original content that I'm willing to play without having to get something bigger.
It's not going to be ported over. Well, it'd be hard to port over because you need something called room scale. It has to track exactly where you are in the room.
What I mean is that if they give me original content that it's really fun to play, I will stay with it. I will buy it. I don't have to go upgrade to get other content that other developers are doing for their other systems. So, looks like Sloan is itching to talk. So, what do you want to talk about?
When we all went to PlayStation Experience, we all tested out the PlayStation VR. They did not have PlayStation 4K there, the PS4 4K. It was just a regular PlayStation 4, and we tested out the PlayStation VR, and it was amazing. And once it comes out, it's going to be the same exact thing. It's going to be awesome. You don't need a PlayStation 4K to enjoy it.
So you're saying you don't care if there's better games on it, you'll still stick with a regular PlayStation?
Well, there'll be better games on it, of course, but it'll still be amazing no matter what. If you still have your PlayStation 4, you don't need a 4K.
But on the whole concept of the PlayStation 4K, everyone's getting all up in arms about it. Nothing's official. Nothing's been officially announced to be being made to the public. It's just been some leaked info from developers. You got to always remember these companies are always doing research and development. Yeah. So all this hearsay could easily be blown way out of proportion.
And I'm sure they want to get. I'm sure they want to get say, oh, if we had more powerful stuff, we'd give you better stuff, right? Every developer is going to say that.
When I first heard about it, I didn't even think it was necessarily a higher quality graphics chip. I thought it was just an upscaler. Because they sell upscalers that just take a 1080p signal and upscale it for 4K TV to make it look a little better. They did the same thing with regular DVDs to 1080p or 720p. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a more powerful box. It could just have an upscaling feature.
But most 4K TVs already have that. It's an automatic thing that they just kind of do. They all have the chips in there. But the PlayStation 4 is selling so good, they don't really have a financial incentive to do it. So it almost seems like to me, you had Microsoft talking about having an upgrade system for the Xbox, and all of a sudden, a week later, you hear rumors that Sony's doing it. So it almost seems like Sony heard wind of it, and then they kind of started exploring it, and everyone's just waiting to see what happens.
Do you want to finish?
Well, I heard that Xbox actually wasn't doing it from Phil Spencer. He announced on social media, but maybe that's untrue.
Well, he said, like weeks before he said it was untrue, he himself talked about how he would like for there to be an upgrade program.
Yeah, he talked about that. He said there is no new version of the Xbox One coming out.
Exactly, but he said that first, and then you heard from Sony and it became a big deal, and then he backtracked.
I see. So you're saying they took that as a cue.
I think they're both researching it, and whether or not we see that they actually do it, you'll see at E3. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Part of why I had the opinion of just an upscaler is at a $500 to $100 price point, the type of content that is currently 1080p on PlayStation 4 is not going to be able to run at 4K.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to natively run things in 4K because the top of the line PCs still can't even really do it for the most part.
Yeah. You have to have 2 graphics cards.
Yeah.
At least.
Let's talk about what we're going to do next week. So let's see. Next week we're going to play what, guys?
Zombie.
And we're going to also play Sunset Overdrive, since many of us have that game, and it's the free game of the week on Xbox. And we're going to watch what? Encore.
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book in theaters. That's going to be great. So join us next week, and thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you.
And you can email us at anerdsconfession@gmail.com. That's our Gmail account. You can also get us at Snapchat at nerdsconfession. And we'll see you guys next week.
Fuck, we get a Snapchat.
Dude, you could be like a little more enthusiastic about the games that we're playing next week.
Jamming out.
What are we playing next week?